Hi Chelsea fans, Chels Daft here, back with a video on, I have to say straight away, my webcam. It's not great. My camera's failed on me. I've got to try and fix it. So I need to get a video done. So it's on the webcam. The quality's not great, so bear with me. The most important thing is the content of the video. And tonight's video is based around 3 players linked with Chelsea. And I have to say all 3 of them, in my view, are unrealistic. I'm after your opinions, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get cracking and let's discuss the 3 players linked to Chelsea. Let's get cracking. So first and foremost, David Alaba, someone we're being linked with and then we're not being linked with, but then we are being linked with. And you have to look at the situation regarding his future. He's told Bayern Munich and made it pretty clear that he wants a new challenge, having spent most of his career at Bayern. We know the guy can play as a left back, he can play as a centre back, and he can also do a job further up in both sides, central and on the left hand side. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen with him. We're reading from one week that we're interested to maybe a couple of weeks later that we're not. But it's clear, according to Max Bielefeld, who's Sky Germany, he's put a tweet out this afternoon, and it's interesting to see exactly what he said regarding Alaba's future, and in particular, Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel. He said this: he's decided to decline a huge offer from Paris Saint-Germain, according to Sky sources. He has also said no to Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea, who tried to convince him recently. His priority remains La Liga with Real Madrid or Barcelona. Now, that's interesting. If Thomas Tuchel has tried to bring Alaba to Chelsea on a free transfer, as we know, he was asking for extortionate money, around £300,000 or £350,000 a week, which is ridiculous sums of money for anybody, let alone a defender. So you have to sort of wonder how Thomas Tuchel's going to approach the summer. And it's clear that he wants to reinforce his options in defence. Now, you have to say, you look at Alaba and you think, right, where would you get the best out of him compared to what we have at the club? It's clear that at the moment, he's sort of doing with what he's got. I don't think Cesar Azpilicueta long term is the right-sided centre-back for Thomas Tuchel going forward. Christensen's been outstanding since he's come in. Thiago Silva, there hangs that element of doubt over his future. Will he stay at Chelsea beyond this year and take up the option for an extra year? Or, as we keep reading, will he go back to Brazil to finish his career there? Then there's the likes of Fikayo Tomori at AC Milan. Will they take up the option to sign him on a permanent deal, or will Chelsea bring him back? So it's clear that Thomas Tuchel is looking to try and sort the defensive line out going forward in the summer. At the moment, he's having to make do with what he's got because of the short time frame he come in after the window had closed. I'm just think that he's not convinced with our left back position. Chilwell, Alonso and Emerson have all had runs out recently. I think if push comes to shove, he'd probably go with Chilwell, and then the other 2 will probably be moved on. So would Alaba be seen as being someone to come in as a left back or a centre back? It doesn't really matter because he doesn't want to come to Chelsea. He's told Chelsea a flat no, and maybe we've dodged a bullet because paying £350,000 a week, can't see it. It's ridiculous sum of money. What do you think about Alaba to Chelsea and the idea that we've tried to sign him, to convince him to come, and he said no? Big comment section below. Next up is the player that everyone seems to be talking about at the moment, Erling Haaland. Now, one thing that I will say to everyone is expect all sorts of quotations to come out with the players being away on international duty. They do their interviews to local newspapers and media outlets, and it all gets misconstrued at times, and we see all sorts of nonsense that comes out. Expect that over the next week or so. But to Erling Haaland, the player that's being linked with a move away from Dortmund in the summer. As we know, his minimum release clause kicks in at the end of next season to the tune of around 60 to 65 million euros. So, if anybody's interested this summer, Dortmund are going to try and get the maximum they can for him. But as far as Erling Haaland is concerned, he's not really bothered at the moment. And he said this: still have 3 years of contract. I'm not upset about that. The media are the ones who write about it, referring to his future. I don't focus on these things. I just want to improve every day. We've seen before that Erling Haaland has rejected any notion of coming to Chelsea because he does not believe Chelsea are a big enough club. We've also seen reports last week stating that, according to various reports, if Thomas Tuchel can guide Chelsea into a top 4 finish and the Champions League qualification, then he has promised Thomas Tuchel he'll do his ultimate best to get Erling Haaland signed. Money talks in the world of football, as we've seen many, many times before, but you have to wonder, will Erling Haaland, if given the opportunity of Chelsea and the likes of Real Madrid, Man United, Bayern, clubs that are globally bigger than what we are, we have to be honest about that, if they come in for Erling Haaland, will he even entertain any move to Stamford Bridge? As with David Alaba, I can't see it. I can't see Erling Haaland coming to Chelsea. But again, as I keep saying, money talks, and you wonder if Mr. Abramovich can get in there and get a conversation with him along with Thomas Tuchel. They'll do their ultimate best to try and convince him, but will that be enough? I guess we have to wait and see. According to him, he just wants to play his football, and as far as he's concerned, he's got another 3 years in Germany with Dortmund. What do you think of Haaland to Chelsea? Do you think it could be any possibility at all? Post your comments, comment section below. Finally, to someone that's been linked with Chelsea, and he's been linked over a couple of weeks, he keeps coming out, and Stan Collymore has been talking about it in the Mirror, and it's Sergio Aguero, who's free to leave Man City at the end of the season, and he's been heavily linked with a move to Barcelona in La Liga, to go to Spain, back to La Liga, or even to go back to Argentina. However, there are still links with Chelsea, and it's believed that Chelsea have a chance to sign the 32-year-old Aguero at the end of the season on a free transfer, and you have to wonder, for a 1 or 2 year deal, if that's something that Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea will entertain. Is that something you'd like to see us do? Bearing in mind, Olivier Giroud, not happy with coming off yesterday, that was clear, even though there wasn't any major sort of reaction or gesticulation. It just didn't seem like he was happy at all. His facial expression said it all. He'll probably go at the end of the season when his contract finishes. So we're left with Tammy Abraham, who's yet to impress Thomas Tuchel, that's clear. Timo Werner. Chance to sign Sergio Aguero on a free. Would you take it? Of course, you'd take it all day long. The guy's record is outstanding. However, injury problems maybe have hampered his career of late and will be an ongoing issue, which maybe is the reason why he's not featured heavily for Man City since he's been available, and they've been going with Jesus instead. Aguero's come out recently saying that he thinks the Man City players are ignoring him and not passing to him, so it seems as though he's going to be leaving at the end of the season. Would you like to see Chelsea and Roman Abramovich, if you can't get hold of Haaland, for example, go after Aguero on a free for a season or two? As with Thiago Silva, bring someone in with that wealth of experience and absolute class to come in for a year or two, as not as a stopgap, but someone that can come in and just give you that sense of authority in a key area, which is what Aguero does. He's proven, outstanding player. Would you take him at Chelsea? I would. Put your comments, comment section below. So guys, that's it from me on this video. Apologies for the quality. I'm on a webcam because my camera failed and I had to get the video done. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like on it for me. Subscribe to my channel, but make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you're notified when my videos come out every day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not as big as the likes of George, Eunice, Football Therapy, but I'm just trying to grow. So spread the word for me. Subscribe, like. See you all tomorrow.